strong storm stretched all the way into the northern parts of our viewing area as well. Victoria Price joins us now live in Spring Hill with a look at that damage. Victoria, this was a wild afternoon.
Jen, it certainly was. Neighbors here tell me that it came out of nowhere, and just as quickly as the storm showed up, it was gone. A lot of the folks didn't even have time to seek shelter, and by the time they tried to seek shelter, the storm had already passed through. That storm, mind you, recently confirmed by the National Weather Service as an EF1 tornado. Let's take a look really quickly. I know it's getting dark. It's hard to see, but if you can tell, a number of trees that were uprooted in this neighborhood were on Laurendale Circle in Spring Hill. And a lot of the trees that were uprooted, they didn't just come out. A lot of them flew into other people's properties. This property where I'm standing right now, they've already done a lot of work to clear up those trees. But mind you, a lot of the trees that were here were not originally on this property. They belonged to other folks and were lifted up by the power of that storm. That shed that's behind that tractor that's flashing, that shed, yeah, that doesn't belong here. That belongs next door as well, and it was anchored down and still managed to come all the way over. So it just really kind of gives you an idea of how powerful that storm was. And again, it came out of nowhere. We have Charlie and Janet Maroney here. They live right here. They've been very gracious letting us use their property for getting our story tonight. And you guys were at home when the storm hit. I know you said it came out of nowhere. What was it like?
Well, we were sitting at the dining room table, and we were both working, and all of a sudden, a friend of hers called and said, "Hey, we're on the tornado watch down here at work," and she said, "Okay," so we turned the TV on, and we were in a yellow, they were in red, and the next thing you know, we were sitting there talking, the wind started blowing, rained a little bit, and then the wind started really blowing, and we looked out from the dining room and we saw a light that's underneath our front door start spinning around in a circle. At that point, we got up and grabbed our grandson and went to get some shelter, and it was over.
Sounded like a freight train, quick, and it was fast.
And we're just now learning that was, in fact, an EF1 tornado that came right through your neighborhood. You were saying this is the first time you've ever seen something like this.
Absolutely. I'm from Colorado, up against the mountains. It doesn't do that there.
So we came from Colorado, and we lived up against Pikes Peak. And it gets windy, but not like that.
Not a tornado.
Not tornado windy.
Well, certainly an eventful night for you guys. I know you have a lot of cleanup to do, so thank you so much for being so gracious with letting us shoot here. We really appreciate it.
El Paso County and Hernando County were fabulous for helping.
They were great. They were right on top of everything in a short period of time.
You guys bring up a great point. Thank you so much. There was emergency response on the ground here so quickly. In fact, some folks who were part of an emergency response management team were already on the ground with chainsaws before they were officially deployed. They just live in the neighborhood, and they heard about what happened and immediately came out. They're still out here. They're going to be all night with chainsaws helping to clear the debris and help the folks here in Spring Hill that have been affected by that storm. So we're going to stay out here and continue to cover this throughout the night for you. But for now, reporting live in Hernando County, Victoria Price, News Channel 8.